Now, the European Union, Russian and Iranian diplomats struck a pretty upbeat note as talks began over reviving the 2015 nuclear deal in Vienna. But it is not clear whether the optimism at this point of time is still justified. The European Union officials chairing the talks said that they felt pretty positive about the discussions in the first day of the meeting. Though it was also admitted that the Iranian delegation had stuck to its tough stance of demanding that all financial sanctions should in fact be lifted first.
I feel extremely positive about what I have seen today in the Joint Commission. There is clearly a will to engage. There is clearly a will on all the delegations to listen to the Iranian positions brought by the new team, and there is clearly a will of the Iranian delegation to engage in serious work and bring GCPOA back to life. So I feel positive that we can be doing important things for the next weeks to come.
While the initial assessment of the talks remains hopeful, the main contentious points on sanctions and Iran's nuclear program will of course take place in the coming days. This is the 7th round of talks between the Western nations and Iran, and it comes after a 5-month hiatus. Now, Iran's new hardline government has so far been pretty reluctant to restart the negotiations or even meet face-to-face with the United States. The talks to get both Washington and Tehran back into the 2015 nuclear deal is conducted indirectly, with other officials shuttling between them.
ما تو این نشست بر این نکته تاکید داشتیم که عامل اصلی شرایط کنونی اقدام کشوری است که با نقض توافق و با نقض قطعنامه شورای امنیت از توافق خارج شد و برخلاف قانون و مقررات بین المللی تحریم‌های گذشته رو مجدداً بازگردوند و همینطور تحریم‌های جدیدی رو علیه ملت ایران.
Now, after months of delay, diplomats say that there is a sense of urgency to try and get things done. Since 2018, when the United States under Donald Trump unilaterally pulled out of this deal and reimposed crippling financial sanctions on Tehran, Iran has also decided to since then abandon the restrictions that the deal had placed on its nuclear program. It had already enriched uranium up to 60% purity, a short step away from making weapons-grade uranium that requires 90% purity. Now, Iran's stockpile of uranium has now exceeded the limit that had been set by the 2015 accord, though Iran maintains that its atomic program is meant entirely for peaceful civilian electricity generation purpose. It has not allowed the IAEA, the United Nations watchdog, to inspect its facilities, has also removed access to camera recordings at the nuclear facility since the Americans violated the deal to begin with. Now, Iran has demanded that all US and EU sanctions imposed since 2017 should be removed, and the United States should also guarantee that it will not again pull out of a deal that it finalizes in the future. Now, these are demands that the US and EU diplomats consider to be very unrealistic, that is, to sticking to the clauses of the deal that they signed themselves. The outcome of the discussion in the coming days will be very crucial to understand whether any real progress is likely to be achieved as a part of these negotiation talks. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.